It's time for the Steve and Kyle podcast with Kyle.
We got a generator interlock on that thing, buddy. That's right. We're not going to be backfeeding the grid.
Refuse to believe your wife has ever had sex with you willingly.
Jesus Christ.
Let me rephrase that. Refuse to believe your wife has ever had sex with you, even on accident.
That's so much better.
And Steve.
That's 217 inches long. It's a crew cab, obviously.
I'm glad that you are on board with this.
Well, it's not. It's now that I see it, I realize that I haven't been able to escape this, and like people won't shut up about the Rivian R1T and the crew cab structure. So
thank you. Finally, 8 years, we finally have some common ground on this podcast.
Now, here they are, two guys who are living in style, Steve and Kyle.
Melissa Vaughn, everybody. You all right over there?
yeah, I just realized my phone was rehooked to the mixer from last week when we were talking to our friend Greg Meskel on the ground somewhere underneath the Eiffel Tower.
Might have been under the Eiffel Tower, might have been next to the Eiffel Tower, in front of it, behind it.
What's the tourist thing for you that because Greg was unabashed, not ashamed.
He was
happy to be just near the Eiffel Tower.
He was an Eiffel Tower super fan.
Now you're a guy who worked in New York City, the Windy City.
Yeah, the city of lights.
You were in there, most days for a period of time where you worked. So, what's the tourist trap for Steve? In terms of monument, building, event, whatever that...
Oh, simple.
You don't care that you would be like, I'll do it every time.
Oh, okay.
I'll take, like Greg said, I'll take 55 pictures and post them. It's just still cool to me to be able to see it. Do you have one of those?
Boy, I don't know. I thought that you were going to say, what's the overrated one, the one that you roll your eyes at, and that's definitely Times Square.
It's an intersection.
It is. It's an intersection of a bunch of roads, and there's too many people and too many people trying to sell you garbage,
right?
Or trying to charge you to take pictures of them because they're a naked cowboy or something.
Right. Yeah. It's hey, I bought this Iron Man costume. I have a photo on my camera. I don't even remember where we were a couple of years ago, where they have some of those people who are just on the sidewalk and they don't tell you. It's not a fair thing that happens for anybody who doesn't know what we're talking about. That happens in Los Angeles, New York, Las Vegas, most major cities. Yeah. People would be in costume and they'll kind of wave you over or approach you to take a photo, and they don't tell you it's a transaction.
Yeah.
Until afterwards, they're like, "Oh, hey, that's $20."
Yeah. No, it's not.
And you're not contracted to do it, but they're going to kind of make you feel terrible about it if you don't. I have a photo.
We should try that.
What are we going to dress up as that people want to see?
I don't know.
Should we dress up as our own characters? Like Scaracorn and Cornman?
Cornman and Scaracorn, yeah.
And then we get, again, Town Drunk Rusty can dress up as Seasonal Salmon.
I mean, yeah, I still have the stuff in my closet upstairs.
Oh my God, we bought a costume for him.
We did, yeah. We spent like $30 at Goodwill.
That's right. Oh, we have to do it.
It's brown corduroys.
Yeah.
A turtleneck.
Boy, this podcast refuses to waste money. Okay, so we are going to have him put that on this winter for a photo op. $10. Get your photo taken with Seasonal Sammy. And get a free cup of hot chocolate out of the deal. But I have a photo of, it must have been Las Vegas, to where Iron Man had to take his helmet off and was leaning over a trash can because it's 105 degrees, vomiting in it, and he's wearing an Iron Man costume.
Wait, he had to take his helmet off? Doesn't his helmet... He didn't even have an animatronic one that goes like...
Steve,
doesn't Iron Man...
He bought this from probably Costco 2 Halloweens ago.
Well, how dedicated are you to... Like, literally, your job is to play Iron Man. You got to invest a little bit. Right. I mean... Come on now.
I'm trying to think of, again, before I get too off base, the tourist trap, the big monument or thing that I would be excited to see every time and be unashamed by it. And it's hard because I haven't seen a lot of the big... It's not like I've been to the Sydney Opera House, right? Or the Eiffel Tower.
That is so overrated to me.
No, you went to England.
Yeah.
as you won't shut up about off air.
Never stop talking about it.
Like, we get it. You did a semester.
Yeah. Cheers,
on.
mate. Pass me a Carling.
We talked at length about how you had the goal to drink a beer every day at the pub below your apartment. Or, sorry, flat.
It was a dorm. I lived in a dorm.
Did you get that way with... Did you go by Buckingham Palace? Were you
Yep.
still in awe? Did
Yep.
you get that way where you're like, hey, Big Ben's kind of dumb. It's just a clock?
Big Ben's cool. Buckingham Palace is fine. But, I mean, it's no different than if you're in Washington, D.C. and you go past, like, the Capitol or the White House or something. Like, especially with the White House, like, you're not that close to it.
Sure.
It's fine. Yeah, I don't think that I get like that about stuff. Like, I don't fangirl about stuff like that.
I think for me, and it's not as much fangirl over, but for me, knowing, like, walking into like a Universal Studios or a Disney World or one of those theme parks with like the castles and like Universal, hey, there's the islands where it's, hey, it looks like a Marvel comic island, or over here is the Harry Potter land. Like, to me, it's still not in awe, but it's hard to not smile and be like, hey, this is a pretty cool recreation of things I've seen on TV and read about.
What are you, a month away?
Oh, Steve,
a month away from the big trip that you will not shut up about.
We are 4 weeks away.
4 weeks away.
I got to tell you, show Disney correspondent Leanne. I think I put her in her place.
Oh, no. What did you do to sweet Leanne?
No, I didn't do anything. I think Leanne expected me to be like one of those people in the commercials for those, like, where it's like, hey, I'm going to grab this thing of cookies out of the oven with my bare hands, and then it goes wrong, and I smack myself in the head with the pan and knock over the pot of boiling grease.
Okay,
right?
So she was treating you with kid gloves, thinking you didn't know what you were doing.
I'm not saying that, but I think it's understandable, right? Like, I went into this knowing, like, hey, I've never really done a Disney thing, especially for kids, multiple days, parks, whatever. So when she checked in a couple of weeks ago via social media and asked, like, how it's coming, what do you know, and I gave her, like, I gave her a calendar.
And look at that.
Okay. I gave her the days that I'm going to be there, what we're doing those days, and how we're incorporating rest into those days.
Did she tell you were all wrong?
And what I booked, and I'm pretty sure she sat back and said, I'm going to go to him for my next trip. Okay? That's how good I think I planned this trip. I have never been more confident in anything I've planned, and I've been married, than this Disney trip.
What if it rains?
Oh, who cares? Throw on a poncho that we already bought 6 of. Okay?
You already got ponchos.
Check. What if a 5-year-old gets tired, you say? Oh, I'm sorry. What about the stroller I've already paid to have rented and delivered to my hotel room, Steve? Oh, I'm sorry. Is he tired middle of the day? Good thing I planned the Disney resort with Skyliner access so we can go back and forth to our hotel room.
Wow.
Okay?
You really figured it all out.
Oh, what do you mean we can't get... I don't want to rent a car. How are we going to get to and from the airport? Oh, you mean the prepaid shuttle service I already got? Kid likes Halloween. Good thing we're going to a Halloween party.
Damn.
This thing is locked and loaded to the point where I'm now looking and thinking about what you did a year and a half ago, and I can't help but think how dumb you are.
What do you mean?
The recreation that we had on this podcast.
Yeah, make sure you get the voice right.
Is you walked in after being delivered there by your dad or something because you didn't have travel.
No, we drove there. We had a car,
and you walked in with one flip flop and a one fingerless glove. You kicked the gate open. Mm-hmm. Looked around, scratched your groin. Where's the goof man? And you did that for about 6 hours. Your kids left crying, and you decided you'll never go back.
Yeah, I'm just walking around and with one flip flop on
and one fingerless glove.
I don't know what I'm doing.
And one hand on your pants.
Right,
scratching yourself because it's hot.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying...
Well, I mean, we were also planning on being there for one day. So we had tickets for the one park.
Right.
We had booked a character lunch.
Yeah, your kids were wearing sweatshirts.
Weather, what's that?
Yeah, and you brought your bikes. I don't know why. You thought you could bicycle Disney World.
No, rollerblades.
Oh, that's right. You brought the fruit boots for the whole clan. Thinking you were just going to zip around Cinderella's castle.
Yeah, we're going to throw this place in half the time.
Yeah, hey, that's a Star War! So I saw your trip a year and a half ago, and I said, I could never be that dumb. Just couldn't do it.
All right, so you did your work. You did your research.
So this thing is 4 weeks away. Mm-hmm. And I continue to...
Total days in park, DIP?
Monday, Tuesday... Three guaranteed. Possibly if we feel like a afternoon for a fourth for a few hours.
All right, so
we can.
3 DIPG guaranteed. 3 days in park guaranteed.
And honestly, one of those days is just the evening because it's the Halloween party, so we can't get in until like 4 or 5 o'clock.
Halloween, way too far
this will
away.
Be mid-September.
Celebrating Halloween. Stupid.
Over here, we're still taking down like firework displays on the cul-de-sac here.
Look, I still got the Christmas tree up.
That's right.
Not ashamed of it.
Just do like my brother does. They have multiple Christmas trees for their upstairs. They just do like a tarp over one of them and move it into a corner.
Do they really?
Yes. So yeah, I'm
Makes
ready.
Decorating easy the next year,
It
though.
really does.
Whoosh.
I am locked and loaded to the point where I have anxiety about these type of things that I've talked about in the past that I still find myself looking like, I don't know, is there anything else I need to plan? I booked an event the first day we go so he can go build a Star Wars droid and take home and play with it. I've booked a character breakfast for our last full day there that he can, go see Pooh Bear fight a rhino or something. I don't know, in Animal Kingdom. I don't know how these things work.
Yep.
I just want to make sure I get pancakes. And
the Mickey pancakes or the Mickey waffles. They're especially good. Yeah.
But this thing is playing to the T and to the point now where I look at like, well, I should do this or that. But I told myself, no more.
Okay.
I do not want to overbook what we're doing and ruin it for everybody. Right?
Sure.
So I think there's two schools of thought. It's, well, I need every moment planned. I got to make sure I have these ride times planned up. And then there's the one flip-flop, fingerless glove, hand-on groin Steve walking in with a pair of rollerblades. So I think I've tried to find a healthy balance.
Yeah, you threaded the needle.
So if you need advice or assistance or any guidance.
No. Potato, tomato.
That's right.
As they say.
Shirt on the merch store right now if you're interested in potato, tomato merch at steveandkyle.com/merch. So yeah, that's coming up.
You have your way of doing it. I have my way of doing it. And I'm pretty happy. Pretty happy with my way. I think it worked out just fine.
I mean, it never hurts to be dumb.
Hey folks, viewer mail time again. Oh, here's one from Sally, age 14. Dear Pig.
1. That's 2. There's number 3. Perfect. Chef's kiss. So we got something. It stopped over at the P.O. Box.
Yeah.
Maybe a week and a half ago. And this is it's not one of our normal things. It's a little package, and it was addressed to somebody else.
Yeah, it looks like they probably had a shipping thing, but he didn't want to put in a different name, so it kept his name. So
yeah, I wasn't concerned though because I recognized the name.
Yes, that is a fan of this, a friend of this show, Lance Storer. I think it's Storer. Stare?
I don't know. It's one of those weird names that has too many letters, but it's probably pronounced and it's very short.
There's definitely one less syllable than you think somehow in Lance's last name. So Lance, get that fixed. This is from our friends at the Shipping Center. That's in Astoria, New York.
Nice. I love it.
That's upstate, right? Astoria?
Sure.
That'll be upstate. Our resident New
I think
Yorker.
that's Queens, right?
Is that Brooklyn?
Astoria. No. Brooklyn is Brooklyn.
Ah, Long Island. Did you ever go out to... Were you a Long Island guy? Or Staten Island?
I don't think
that's not a borough, right? Staten Island's just like an island.
No. I never went to Long Island.
What are they like? What are they known? Do they have like the not a boardwalk or anything? But what does Long Island have that will like bring in tourists? Because you never went.
No. Let's see. What's on Long Island?
I was coming to the resident New Yorker here.
No.
For some intel.
No, man. What's on
busy
Long
catching
Island?
fish off the boardwalk on Jersey, right? Is that what
Let's
you're...
see. What's on Long Island? Okay, there's an open mic event next week.
What tourist things on Long Island? Because that's on Long Island. That's
okay,
not in Long Island.
Right, it's on.
Just like
Long
you're
Island.
on the Cape.
Yeah.
You don't want to say you're going to be in Cape Cod because you're going to get just laughed out of there.
Yeah.
Oh, they got an aquarium. Montauk Lighthouse, which that's just a safety thing. I don't know why that's an attraction.
It's like, ooh, look at our traffic light.
Yeah, that is. Hey, come see our roundabout.
Coney Island.
That's what I'm thinking. Okay,
There
so
we
they
go.
got to truck out Joey Chestnut most years out there on the 4th of July to go eat those Frankfurters that he's no longer invited to eat on a national level.
Terrible story, by the way.
Really terrible. Tragic. But let's see what. Sorry.
Okay.
We digress.
Yeah.
Oh, Steve, my goodness, this is
boy.
a bundle. No note, but this is an absolute bundle of stickers that we're going to have to pick and choose what goes on the sticker wall. Mm-hmm. Now, these all look, let's see, union fitters always get a tight fit. That's a stripper pole. It's a real way to kick off the...
Oh, I like that they're all small
They
stickers,
are all
too.
small.
They're going to fill in some gaps over there.
American made, just the tip, I promise. But that looks like is that a bullet? Employees must stop before returning to work and crying before returning to work and wash your hands.
We must what? Stop what? Stop crying?
Stop crying. Yeah, this is just like an assortment.
Zip tie certified. I
No
like
bull poop. Okay, we're not going to say that. That's a naughty word. Support single dads. That's a man. Well, these are delightful, Lance. I mean, I can't give these to my child, but that's okay. We will distribute these as dangerous day to be a beer. These are dad stickers.
They are total dad stickers.
These are dad stickers.
That's a dangerous day to be a beer.
This is a no whining zone.
Okay.
Grow a pair or rise and grind. Warning dangerous gases with a fart. Yeah. These feel like the gags that we need to like slip on neighbors you dislike cars. Right. But we have so many of them that you could do like
see that.
Steve, you could do one a week for a decade.
Oh my God. There's got to be 100 stickers here. It's a fist holding a lightning bolt.
Like the sign of the resistance.
Warning, don't make me open this. That's a can of 100% whoop ass.
Please stop. That hurt. That laugh got me to hurt.
Just for no reason. A wolf.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We need that thing howling at a moon and put it on a shirt.
Oh, 0 F's to give.
All right. Yes.
Remember, kids, electricity will kill you. And it's a little lightning bolt man.
I'm about to stab a kid. These are awesome. We will put up a few of these on the sticker wall.
I do like this. I'm not insulting you. I'm describing you.
So it's a mix of like middle-aged, single moms, take no nonsense.
Oh, look at this. This one I can actually relate to. It's Bender from Futurama.
Oh.
And he's holding a pipe bender.
Do you even bend, bro?
Yeah, and I got a little pipe bending experience out in the shop. You want to stop out there before?
Of course you bend pipes.
Right. Come on, man.
Of course. Why am I not surprised?
3/4 inch EMT.
That's right. So come on over, visit Steve. He's bending pipe and, planing wood. Exciting times.
You want to stop out there?
I got to tell you, the two things that I can't think of, things I want to do less than are bending pipes and straightening wood.
So, yeah?
Of course I'll come take a look. What, are you kidding me? It's going to be a little bit difficult, Steve. I wanted to talk to you about... we talk a lot on this podcast about how I'm really afraid of aging.
Yeah.
I really am. And
well, I mean, you have good reason. You're basically falling apart. You had your leg boo-boo. You had the old the ticker boo-boo a couple of years back, which led to Oinky.
Yeah.
The pig heart.
Yeah.
You have a full pig heart, right?
Nope. The heart's the same. The
full pig
aortic
heart
valve is Oinky. So, yes, a full pig heart. They tucked on in there. They just went underneath the old one.
They got one right next to the other.
Put in the new one.
So if one, it's like a fail-safe. One of them, like if you start feeling a little woozy,
yeah,
pull the the switch and it...
Oinky's the generator.
Okay.
So if anything goes wrong...
Oinky's your backup generator.
Yeah, so when it starts lightning around the and there's a big storm brewing on the OG...
Right.
We flip the switch and go to Oinky.
Okay. Of course, well-documented hair loss on this podcast.
Yeah, that's still the dream. I think that's still if I had the money, like if we had the disposable income, $10,000 is just a total guess at this point. I would still do it, and I would not even be an ounce of embarrassed or ashamed about it.
Okay.
I would get that transplant, or whatever, where they shave the follicles from parts of your head that still have hair, and they transport them.
Now, once you could grow it again, you're going all out, right? You're growing it long. You have to.
I think I would let it grow to be a normal length, not to the... I've never had hair long enough to where it, like, outside of very few times in my life, where it, like, waves around or, like, I would have to brush it out of my eyes, right?
I think you got to. I mean, if you're spending the money...
That's
it's
true.
almost like a slap in the face to the hair transplant doctor if you don't let it grow.
There's just so much more money. I mean, it's not just the $10,000. It's then having to go back to pay for haircuts.
Haircuts aren't that expensive.
It's pay for coloring it because I'm not going gray. I'm definitely going to go jet black on that.
Can you just tell them to only put jet black follicles?
Pick out the black hairs,
Right.
put those ones up front, so that way, like everything else goes gray, but just the top and middle goes straight jet black. Better yet, could we just lean into Oinky and go get some pig hair and throw that up there?
Yeah, I mean, I guess, it's the world's a crazy place. Science is making advances every day.
Over the last 6-8 weeks, we talked about it. I participated in a 5K with my wife a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
I've been walking and jogging and doing whatever I can, and just in terms of staying active as best as I can to prolong Oinky's existence and my existence overall. And been doing that consistently for the better part of 2 to 3 months now.
Very nice.
So had taken a few days off after I mentioned last week, got COVID, and then my wife and son were out of town. So by the time I felt back to a normal thing, I went out for just going to take a walk, which just try to walk for 30, 35 minutes a night at a brisk pace. So like, what would you consider a brisk pace? Like 4 miles per hour? Like a regular, like fast walk?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's
it's a 15 mile per hour pace.
Yeah.
15 minutes per mile, I mean.
Yes.
And felt okay. Felt a little bit like muscles just snug, but that's not out of the ordinary. Until woke up the next day, went to work, felt okay, and realized late morning, early afternoon, that somehow, whether it be Katie's theory is that I coughed too hard. Okay, that's a serious accusation levied by my own spouse. I've somehow thrown my back out. To the point where I could barely get out of the chair, at my work chair.
Okay.
And getting up the steps, Steve.
Not good.
We're talking death grip on that railing. Okay, this was Wednesday or Thursday of last week.
All right. So again, coughing too hard is the culprit.
That's the only thing I could realistically point out based on just having like a little bit of a lingering cough after getting over... I'm not going to call it a mild case of COVID, but that's compared to the first time I mentioned last week, it was minimal.
Yeah.
But the cough for me has always lingered after I get a cold, whatever.
Sure.
And I don't know what else it could have been. So to the point where I had to text my wife and say, hey, I don't know what happened, but I can barely move. I can't put on shoes. Getting out of bed is the most embarrassing thing in the world right now because I have to like kind of roll over onto my hands and knees and kind of like lunge out of bed so it's not like bending and moving.
You still got the stick that I let you borrow?
I can promise you if I thought this was a stick solution, I'd use it in a heartbeat.
Okay.
But yes, I do.
But
I need to bring that back to you, by the way. It's sitting right in the living room.
That's all right.
I hit a low point yesterday when I had realized that you get those alerts a couple days in. Do you get that a lot? I really try to keep up on my phone calendar so I know what I'm doing. My wife knows what we have going on, whatever. And I somehow had missed putting in that I had a dog vet appointment just for some general vaccinations.
Yeah, I mean, everything is in my phone.
Yeah.
It's, they still ask like, oh, do you want a paper thing with the date? No.
Yeah.
Why would I have that? Why would I need paper when everything's right here?
I'm usually really good at clicking. Like when you make an appointment, I'll say, do you want to add this to your calendar? And they'll give you the options like iCal for iPhones, or Google, whatever. I must not have done that for this one. So I realize, hey, I've got to be up because I have an 8 a.m. vet appointment for one of our dogs. No worries. Until I throw my back out. And I realize...
Worries.
that I'm in the vet parking lot. And this is the low point, Steve. Just you and me, though, right?
Look around. Yeah, just us.
I tell my son want to come with. He wants to come with everything. Do your kids that age yet? Like, want to go? Doesn't matter what they always want to go. It doesn't matter.
Nikki... Evelyn never really had that.
Really?
Well, she's more like that with if there's the option to do something with Annette or to do something with me.
She'll go with Annette.
She'll always pick Annette.
Yeah.
Nikki picks
I don't blame her.
Nikki picks me a lot of the time. I did hear that, by the way. Nikki picks me a lot of the time.
It's the most inane things too. It's like, I'm just gonna go get the mail. I want to come.
Yeah, they just want to be a part of something.
Fine, man.
They want to be a part of something big.
Hey, I'm going to go move the trash can to the end of the road.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Come on. Boy,
Great.
big event. Let's
Trash
make it a party. So tell Reed, hey, can you just hop in the car for me? And then I realize that my dog will not hop up into the car for me. And I have small dogs. I don't have Toby size.
Yeah, your dogs are, what, 20 pounds?
This one is 30 pounds. The other one's like 18 pounds. And I realize I don't think I can get this dog in the car. And this vet is on a somewhat major road.
Yeah. You just leave it there?
So there I was on all fours. In the vet parking lot.
The parking lot.
Grimacing. As I pick up this small dog. And like face contorted because it hurts so bad as I lift her up. Put strain just enough on those back muscles.
Yeah.
And put her in the car. And then like death grip onto the door handle as I pull my wretched body up to a half stance. As I try not to show my son the deathly pain that I am in.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was unconcerned.
Okay. Have you seen a doctor?
About this, no. Not interested. They're going to send you to physical therapy. I already know the role. This is the same spot on my back that I threw out in my 20s, and I was out of work for 6 weeks.
How about a chiropractor?
No, those are snake oil salesmen, as we all know.
What?
I don't want them to rub voodoo oil on my back muscles.
No. They'll pop that thing right back into shape.
I am 5 days away from vacation. I am taking a very quick trip to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania.
Probably going to be on your feet a lot of the time, aren't you?
Some minor, like mini, I hesitate to even use the word hikes, but like up hills or whatever. I think I'm going to muscle relax my way through this vacation.
Okay. I don't really recommend that, but...
I'll tell you right now, getting out of this chair when we're done recording.
It's going to be tough.
It's going to be unpleasant.
How about you do it right now? I want to see.
Okay.
I want to hear it.
I can already feel, like if I just twist the wrong way a little bit, you can kind of feel it.
Yep.
Now, everybody has different back pain. I'm not saying I'm unique about this.
Right.
Just saying that it's the more terrifying sign of aging as I'm sitting there like a wounded dog in the vet parking lot.
Well, it's one thing if you hurt your arm. You know? You can deal with it, but you hurt your back, it affects everything.
Yeah, and I have
it's like your neck too. If your neck has like a kink in it, oof.
I have a 5-year-old who his favorite thing in the wrestling or wants to do backflips where I hold him and he does, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm going to be lucky to go to the bathroom tonight without terrible pain.
Yeah, Dad is disappointing you tonight.
Like, I'm sorry that you're going to talk about this in therapy in a few years.
Then I wanted to do backflips.
Yeah, and instead he laid on the couch. And
grunted and said, "Shut up, kid."
Okay. So I've got Katie telling me over the last 3 days, she goes, you keep standing and walking crooked. You're uneven to the point where I'm efforting to like, are you sure? I feel like I'm upright.
Yeah.
So let me give you how I stand up and you tell me if it looks normal.
Okay.
A little oblong maybe.
All right. So now, for reference, we are sitting right now in chairs. We have a countertop, which is about a 40-inch height. Yeah. So we're in chairs that your feet don't touch the ground when you're sitting in these chairs. Correct. It's like a desk chair, but it's all the way up. So you have to actually drop down to the ground.
But not looking forward to it.
Okay. Let's see it.
Okay, here we go. Oh, Jesus. Okay. You know what?
That actually, it didn't look that bad.
That wasn't so bad. Okay. Can't stand like that.
Okay.
Hang on. All right, I'm gonna roll the shoulders. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna try to stand as straight as possible.
Okay.
And you tell me if I look a little crooked.
Okay.
How's that look?
Yeah, you're definitely
Is
leaning.
That crooked?
You're leaning. You're leaning about.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you're going about 3 or 4 degrees to your left.
Okay, so I'm Steve Swingset. I can't be Steve Swingset.
I'm telling you, man, chiropractor. It's going to be in your hips. I guarantee it's your hips.
Okay. All right, how's that look?
You're leaning back the other way now.
It hurts really bad.
I think you're overcorrecting.
I'm going to sit back down. Oh God. It's amazing that you can do something like that, not know how you did it. Mm-hmm. And it can ruin not hours, not days, but like weeks of your life.
Yeah, that's something.
I realize I'm just used to filling up dog water in the middle of the day if I can tell it's low or dirty or whatever, and dog food. And yesterday or 2 days ago, I filled the bowl. I walked back to where it goes, and I realized I have no discernible way to get this dog water bowl in its holder. So I was brought back to when I had my Achilles tear.
Yeah.
And I was sleeping on the couch because my foot had to be elevated, all this stuff. And middle of the night, I'd fill the dog water because it was empty. And I had the same issue. I couldn't stand. So there I was on hands and knees with my Achilles boot, pushing the dog water bowl along the hardwood floor like an animal to get it back. Okay. So there I was trying to bend over with one hand on the wall, one hand trembling, holding a full dog water bowl, trying to get it as close to that holder as I could.
So you can just drop it.
So I can drop it. And then you realize, even 2 inches, you've got a watery mess all over.
It's going everywhere. Everywhere.
I'm a mess.
Yeah, you're not...
I've got heating pad. I've got BioFreeze. I've got icy hot patches. Okay. I've got Tylenol. I've got ibuprofen. I'm trying to...
Take them all at once.
I think what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to cocktail these things. Okay? And I'm going to mix up that icy hot patch with the BioFreeze. I'm going to put it all on there.
Yeah, pour yourself a glass of vodka, about 4 fingers of vodka. Just dump it in there. Put them all the pills in there, swoosh them around, and then...
It has been 10 years since I felt this bad. 10 years.
10 years.
And when I threw out my back when I used to work manual labor. Mm-hmm. At least then I knew what I did.
Yeah.
Right? Now, I have no idea outside of, again, my wife's theory. I coughed too hard.
I hope you recover. You got a big trip coming up.
That's right. The Magic City.
Gettysburg.
Coming up soon. And I have no idea how I'm going to make it through there. Airplane ride there. Car ride from the airport to the hotel. Walking around the town. Mm-hmm. Apparently I'm crooked.
Yeah, you're definitely... One shoulder's sitting a little bit higher than the other.
Okay, well, we're going to have to talk to the doctor about that.
Yeah. No, I'm telling you, chiropractor. Go to a chiropractor tomorrow. You'll be fixed.
Can you? Well,
they may take you there.
Person.
They may take you. They may have you come in a couple days in a row, but they'll get you fixed up.
Okay, so I got to go to the voodoo.
Got to go to the voodoo.
The snake oil salesman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very worth it.
This has been helpful. You know what? I hate to bring it back to last week's episode, but I think where it all went wrong when I sat in that bathtub.
Really? You think that the bathtub did it?
Just saying, if I had to go back...
By the way, I got a bathtub update next week.
Oh my God, I cannot wait. Because you were due to take your first bath in 5.5 years.
Yeah.
Except this one probably unlike the last one, where maybe the last one was semi-romantic or meant to be romantic.
Yeah,
this one is just going to be you locking the bathroom door, so that the kids, Dad, what you doing? Mm-hmm. As you fill up your shower tub with hot water.
And do a cannonball right into it.
I can't wait. Steve's bath update next week.
All right, at Steve and Kyle, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as usual. Talk to you then.